Alright guys, figured I'd make a Grand Prix update. Now if you've been on the channel a while, you might recognize this car, but I haven't really made any videos of it in several years. It's been in the storage shed for about a year and a half, and before that it was out in the storage lot. So it really is pretty rough right now. I mean, it was rough when I put it there, but it's really rough now. A lot of rust. Car's always had a lot of rust, even when I got it 8 years ago. But as you can see, pretty crusty, pretty nasty. A lot of mold on the interior. Now I'm gonna make a whole new video on how well I'm able to clean this up. From what I've read, white vinegar works pretty good. But we're gonna test it out and see what happens. Really runs pretty good, all things considered. I'm impressed with how decent it runs. I'll start it up for you guys. So you can see, I mean, fires right up. Sounds good. Good old 3.1, can't beat that. But yeah, it is a little worse for the wear here. The car currently does not have brakes. The brake lines are rusted. So I've been driving it around the property here in the forest with no brakes, which that's always an experience. Well, yeah, I'm not quite sure how I'm going to go about fixing this car. Let me try and turn it off here. But yeah, I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to fix it. A lot of things are rusted out. Both rocker panels are garbage. This quarter I think is salvageable. This quarter is pretty rough. That rocker's gone. That door looks really bad, but I think I can salvage all the doors. I don't think any of the doors are beyond repair. Both front fenders are actually pretty good, but the rocker panels are the really tricky part. Underside is pretty dang crusty. You won't be able to see it in this light, but it's pretty bad under there. I'm not entirely sure if it's ever going to be a solid car, but you know, time will tell. I do think this is probably going to be the car I practice welding on, because it's really not worth anything. No offense. But yeah, this was my first car. Learned how to do a lot of stuff with this thing. Learned how not to do a lot of stuff. But as you can see, I mean, the interior is not in that bad shape. Driver's seat's got a lot of mold on it. Seat belt's got mold on it. Steering wheel's got mold on it. But other than that, the interior's not terrible. I think I'm just going to wipe down the door panels and the dash. Maybe do a little vinegar there. But carpets surprisingly aren't bad. Which I don't really know how. I don't know how that mold works, because it was always wet in the back seat, but the back seat's totally fine. So I don't understand that. But you know, that's just how it goes sometimes. I'll pop the hood for you guys. You guys can check that out. Now this car only has 78,000 miles on it, but as you can see, those are 78,000 extremely hard miles. But yeah, you see that in there. That's the good old 3.1, which is probably the only decent part of this car left, is the engine. But the suspension and everything, I mean, the car feels really nice. Because it looks really bad, but it drives and runs and it functions very well. But man, it looks pretty bad. But yeah, maybe you guys will see more of this car on the channel now that it's in a more workable location. Because before it was like locked in this dirt shed with the door that wouldn't come out. So couldn't do much with it in there, but now it's out in the real garage. So I'm going to try to clean this up tomorrow. I'll let you guys know how this mold repair goes. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. That's the Grand Prix. Any questions, let me know. Maybe I can help you out if you got a Grand Prix. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Remember to subscribe.